The Smith County Sheriff says the remains of Rasheem Carter were found south of Taylorsville on Wednesday.
Do what they saying now. Do what they saying now. Yeah.
He said, me and the owner of this company not seeing eye to eye, mama.
The person who had his credit card is likely to have encountered him while he was alive.
What's up with y'all? What's up with y'all? Welcome back to Moxy Approved. Rasheem Carter out of Fayette, Mississippi has one of the most gruesome stories of murder you will ever hear of homicide in modern American history. Will probably begin as a workplace dispute, ended in his remains being discovered in such a grotesque fashion that I've ever heard in my personal life.
Do what they saying now. Do what they saying now. Yeah.
But before we get to this story, please do me a favor if you haven't yet, hit the like button and apply pressure to that subscribe button. Apply pressure to that subscribe button. But I personally want to say this particular story was hard for me to cover, and I think as many people possible as we can need to hear about this story. You know, I don't always say that about my videos.
I heard they niggas looking for me, they can come and get it. I'ma have your body missing, drop it in the river. Pull up on you, pistol whoop you, and kidnap your children. I'm the hardest nigga flowing up in Mississippi.
Rasheem Carter was a star athlete in high school, a beloved local rapper.
What I done been through, but I just bought a chopper shooting 7.62. I'm with the...
But different from a lot of rappers, he also had a degree in welding and cutting from Hines Community College in Utica. Now, this degree scored him a job for a lumber company in Taylorsville, Mississippi, which he used to support his daughter.
He was dutifully and gainfully employed, just trying to make a living for his young child.
Now, this degree scored him a job for a lumber company in Taylorsville, Mississippi, which he used to support his young daughter.
25-year-old Rasheem Carter of Fayette was contracted to work in Smith County last year.
Now, shortly after he got this job, he was placed in an unfortunate situation where he was assigned a hotel which was miles away from the actual workplace. The motel was in Laurel, Mississippi, and his workplace was in Taylorsville, Mississippi, which they say is approximately 20 miles away from each other. To get to work, Rasheem was granted rides from a guy at this workplace whose name has been withheld, and we're not gonna mention from legal purposes on this video. But this unidentified man is very important in this case because later on, Rasheem was reported to get into some sort of dispute with this man.
He said, me and the owner of this company not seeing eye to eye, mama.
Whatever this dispute was, it was so ferocious that this man refused to give Rasheem a ride to work after that.
His name, which I can't say at this time, but if anything happened to me, he's responsible for it. I'm too smart, mama. He got these guys wanting to kill me.
So moving forward, Rasheem had to find a way to get back to work, where they say that he was offering $100 for a ride from the workplace back to his motel, which he didn't succeed in. He couldn't get anybody to give him a ride back to his motel. So they said that he walked by himself to the motel. It was here where he called his mom and reported to his mom that there were 3 white vans that was following him on his walk back to the motel.
She got heckled when my mama cried. He killed my daddy over 20, left me traumatized. He killed my dad about a bitch that left me traumatized. This shit got heckled when my granny died. This shit got heckled when my mama cried.
Now, Tiffany Carter, which is his mom, she instructed Rasheem immediately to go to the police department and report this, which he did. Now, here's where the true mystery starts. Tiffany Carter reported that her son went to the Taylorsville Police Department twice to report this incident, 2 separate occasions, and that he went there to state to this police these men were following him and he had a fear for his life. Now, the Taylorsville Police Department say that Rasheem never really revealed that he had such a fear for his life when he went to this police department. In fact, the only thing that the police and Tiffany Carter agreed upon is that Rasheem had asked for a ride, which the police department turned him down by stating that we were not a taxi service and that they told him that this was out of their jurisdiction. The motel was too far out of their jurisdiction for them to rightfully give him a ride. Now, that part is very important because Rasheem never returned to his motel after he left that police station. You see, Rasheem went missing for a while.
The Smith County Sheriff says the remains of Rasheem Carter were found south of Taylorsville on Wednesday.
Carter was last seen outside a Super 8 hotel at the beginning of October in Laurel, which is half an hour from where he had been contracted to work in Taylorsville at Georgia Pacific.
Till one day, his remains were found by a property owner who had a gaming camera set up that he reported to see some man on this camera.
According to law enforcement, a landowner had a game camera set up in that area, and when the camera was checked last week, a picture of a man was seen on the camera. The landowner turned the footage in to authorities and a search for Carter began.
And the next time Rasheem was ever to be seen by his family was in a condition so grotesque, I can't show an actual picture of his remains. That's how grotesque it was.
I've been a Mississippian for all 46 years of my life, and I've never heard of a crime this horrific in my life.
In fact, the only thing I can do, unfortunately, is I can give you a description as revealed by the lawyer, Ben Crump.
His head was severed from his body. His vertebrae, his spinal cord, was in another spot they discovered away from his severed head. They have recently found remains that they believe are also Rasheem Carter.
Now, throughout this video, I've played clips of the rapper Rasheem, or shall I say, Sheen the GOAT.
Everybody that witch. Fuck with me and I'm killing everybody that witch. With this bitch shit on stop, boy, I'm still gonna get you. When I send them boys at you, I bet.
This guy, it seemed like he really enjoyed making music. And to be honest, I know you guys really like to hear when rappers have to give up the ghost. But to be in all honesty and fairness to Rasheem Carter and his family, this had nothing to do with his rap career. Rasheem was a working man.
He was dutifully and gainfully employed, just trying to make a living for his young child.
Now, the biggest question of this case is if the cops had something to do with this or not.
And ends up dead, chased by what we believe to be white supremacists, a lynch mob.
Because Mississippi, they're stuck in the 50s. I don't know if some of y'all been paying attention, but recently it was revealed that they're trying to bring back Jim Crow laws in this state. Yeah, they're definitely stuck in the 50s.
You say HB 1020 and SB 2889 are an insult and a distraction, taking power away from the citizens of our capital city while we waste critical hours sitting around and letting hospitals close and our people die. You go on to say these bills are what modern-day Jim Crow looks like.
I think this case should definitely be handled by the feds and the feds only.
Who are calling on the U.S. Department of Justice to step in.
We need the highest levels of law enforcement to administer justice for Rasheem Carter as if he was your child.
I don't think Taylorsville Police Department should have anything to do with this case moving forward. And I'm willing to say Mississippi, period. None of their law enforcement agencies should have anything to do with research on this case. Because you know what? They later on revealed that in December, Rasheem did actually file a police report, but he didn't want to press charges. And that doesn't make sense. First, they said that he did actually show up to the police department, but he didn't tell them a fear of his life. Then they're saying that he did file a police report, but he didn't want to press charges. So all credibility right there is gone, ladies and gentlemen. I think the next thing that they should focus on is that man that he got into a dispute with.
He said, me and the owner of this company not seeing eye to eye, mama. But if anything happened to me, he's responsible for it. I'm too smart, mama. He got these guys wanting to kill me.
And it shouldn't have to be this difficult for this broken-hearted mother to get answers.
They need to do a shakedown on his entire life, including his phone, his internet, his friend's phone, their internet, his family's phone, their internet, His whole life needs to be shaken down.
Attorneys say there was an attempt to use Carter's credit card in Taylorsville while he was missing.
The person who had his credit card is likely to have encountered him while he was alive.
We need to see if there's any kind of connection to this man that was seen on the tape.
According to law enforcement, a landowner had a game camera set up in that area, and when the camera was checked last week, a picture of a man was seen on the camera.
Now, of course, this is all my opinion, but I'm just gonna say, I believe because of the foul, grotesque manner in which Rasheem's body was found, I have a feeling that his organs were probably removed and might have been placed on some type of market. But me personally, I'm not even willing to take out that there might be some cannibalism involved in this case. This case needs as many eyes on it as possible. So please, once again, share this video. But that's just my opinion. This video is not just about me, it's about you also. So you tell me in the comment section, who do you think's attention should we place on this case? The police? This identified man? Both of them? This is such an unfortunate, awkward case. And what makes it more unfortunate is this is a black man that went to the police to state the fear of his life. And the way they handled this, I'm gonna say they probably have something to do with this. Well, anyways, you know how we like to end our videos over here at Moxy Approved, right? With that water. I'll see y'all here next time on Moxy Approved.
Do what they saying now. Do what they saying now. Yeah. Been on suicidal watch, this what they saying now. Had suicidal thoughts cause everybody let me down. They feeling some kind of